What's going on? Today I want to talk about being a part-time agent and what that looks like if it's possible. And here in 2022, the market has shifted over the past couple of years. We've seen this like really aggressive growth, and we had a lot of people just getting their license because prices were going up, and quite honestly, a lot of people thought they could make a pretty quick buck. I got my license in 2020, right at the beginning of COVID, everything was going on. And I was able to succeed while so many have failed. So I want to talk about what my experience was like as a part-time agent, how I was able to make that transition into full-time. And you're probably here because you either have a job and you're thinking about real estate, or it's an interest of yours, or maybe you are a part-time agent and you're looking to get a little bit more success. We're going to kind of cover all those things. I'm going to talk about my experience, what was able to, I think, set me apart and give me success as an early realtor, and how I've been able to, compound that, find mentors, build on my success, grow, and now I am a full-time realtor, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how I did it. Okay, let me clear a couple elephants out of the room. I have no doubt people have told you you're gonna fail. Don't even waste your time on it, it's not worth it, whatever you're hearing, get that out of your head, because if you have that mentality going in, you might as well just turn the video off now, get on with your life, go back to your 9 to 5, doesn't matter. However, one thing that so many people that fail because of is because they get into this thinking it's a job. This is building a business. So what you see a lot of people do is they come in and they say, oh, I'm a part-time agent. But what does that really mean? What they really mean is that they're licensed, but they don't really do anything part-time. It's like if you have a part-time job, you still have to go to that job, show up on the hours you said you're going to show up, and actually work and do the work. So many people just don't do the work. So before I dive into my experience, let me just kind of address a couple truths. So truth number one, this is fucking hard. It's really hard. It is not going to be easy, and it is going to take you some time, but the growth is going to look something like this. It gets exponential as you go. It snowballs upon itself as you do good business. Truth number two, your job matters. I have talked to a lot of people who have interest in this, but they have like a very unflexible job. If you have a 9 to 5, it makes this a lot easier because you know that you're working Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and then you have your other time that you could work on building a business. Truth number three is that your market also matters. I think I'm very lucky. I live in Chicago, which is very middle of the road in terms of competition. It's very middle of the road in basically every aspect. Our average price point is basically on par with the average price point of the United States. We have about as many realtors per capita as the majority of the United States. But if you're in a market like Miami or Tampa or Washington or like any of these really hot markets where there's really high price points, there is a lot more competition. You can look this information up too. Just Google real estate agents per capita, US city, and you'll see where your city falls. I have the advantage of being in this middle of the road, so I have less competition, which allows me to identify an ultra high performer, and well, I guess you could really do that anywhere, but I just have less competition to do it against. But you could identify a really high performer and just mimic their business model. You could do this in any market, but with less competition, it does make it easier. And if you're a part-time agent, you're already burning the candle at both ends. You have to take every advantage that you can get. Okay, so if you understand that stuff, you're still with me, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me give you the blueprint for how you can have some success as a part-time agent. So I'm a certified mentor with EXP, and one of the very first things that I talk to my new mentees about is a schedule, because that is going to be the lifeblood of your business. And your schedule is very personal to you. And for me, my time is in the morning. That's when I do my reading, that's when I do all my self-development, all the stuff that's focused on me, that gives me the vitality to work throughout the day. That is when it sets the pace for me. I'm a big proponent of waking up early. I think that it's a big joke that, entrepreneurs and real estate professionals say oh yeah, I hate that I have to wake up at 5 a.m., but it's true. Because if you can train your body to be an early riser and you can do things that give you more vitality, eat healthier foods, hydrate throughout the day, you're gonna have more energy to sustain yourself for these long campaigns that it takes to grow a business. So yeah, I do all these things in the morning because when I'm doing my real estate work throughout the day, prospecting, things like that, you need energy. So if you're not giving yourself something that's going to give you energy, you will fail. I hate to tell you, but your business will not sustain. You will run out of stamina. So make sure that you're doing these things. I know it sounds abstract and unnecessary, but at the beginning of your business, when you don't have any clients, you need stamina to get you to that point because you need to start getting wins. So the first thing you need to start doing is drilling down with your mentor into your schedule and make sure that you have set aside time to do things that are related to your real estate business. Most people have this idea that realtors have to work on weekends. It's not necessarily true. However, as a new agent, I am a huge proponent of open houses because it is a free source of business. I think I've made a video on this. I've talked a lot about it extensively on social media, but open houses are one of the few places where a lead will come to you and say, oh, hi, I'm in the market to buy a house. I don't have a real estate agent and I need to move in 3 months. Like, what the fuck? Why would you skip that? The second thing that I do with my new mentees is that we focus on this idea of immersion. It is really easy to get in this business and then just plateau. Just don't do anything, you stagnate, you start spinning your wheels, and then you never make any progress. So one of the things that's super important to focus on as your new agent is getting immersed in just conversation. So one thing we do is I meet twice with all my mentees, one at the beginning of the week, once at the end of the week. And that way, on both ends of the week, you're having conversations related to real estate and makes it that much easier to stay in momentum. So you have a conversation on Monday, you have a conversation on Friday, maybe you're doing an educational thing on Wednesday. By the time Saturday comes around, you've already been in a real estate mode all week. It makes it that much easier to go to that open house on Saturday and have a conversation with somebody regarding real estate. At the end of the day, this business is very simple. You need to be having as many one-on-one conversations with strangers as you possibly can. And the only way to be having those conversations is to be comfortable enough to have them. And that's a real big hurdle for a lot of people. You will be uncomfortable unless you're really comfortable talking to people, it will be very uncomfortable to go up to somebody you don't know when you think you're a fraud or an imposter and you don't know what the hell you're talking about, and just start talking to them about real estate. Hey, have you thought about moving or you think about selling your home in the next year? Having that conversation is super uncomfortable if you feel like you're not ready for it. By being immersed throughout the week, repetitively over several weeks, you develop this confidence that you really need to go and get clients, which is what we want. We want clients. So now we have a schedule. We have been immersing ourselves. The third thing we need to do is put a strategy in place. One thing that I would recommend you do is you talk to your mentor about a strategy that you can use. And if you don't have a mentor, hit the link down in my description and I'd be happy to mentor you. But you need a strategy that is going to get you results, get you into conversations with people that you don't know. And one of the stumbling blocks that I made early in my career is that I was chasing every different lead generation that reached out to me, and there are tons of them. You need to focus on income producing activities and prospecting. So if you're working from 9 to 5, from 6 o'clock till 8 o'clock, Monday through Friday, you should be prospecting, and then on the weekends, be hosting open houses, whatever it might be. You need to be putting yourself into positions where you're talking to people that you don't know, ideally for free. And if you have a mentor, they can help you craft a strategy that's going to be best suited towards your personality, what you're comfortable with, and also what's going to actually get you results. Because too many realtors fall into the trap of just doing what's comfortable without actually getting results. So while it's true that real estate is very hard and a lot of people fail, you might fail. You might have been in this for a long time as a part-time agent, and you might want to make that jump to full-time agent. It can be done. There are plenty of examples of people who have done it. I'm an example of somebody who has done it. Most people have started as a part-time agent. Everyone starts as a beginner, but a lot of people start as part-time agents because they don't have the resources to go full-time, and that's okay. You have to use the hand that you've been dealt and play it as best as you can. And it might take a little bit longer. It might be a little bit of a grind, but I know that you can do it because we have, in today's day and age, so many resources available. So I hope that you do it. Give yourself an honest shot, actually commit to it, go all in on it, and the best case scenario is you're going to create an amazing life. The worst case scenario is you're exactly where you are right now. So I'd love to hear your stories. I'd love to hear how, what's working for you, what's not working for you, and I want to see you succeed. So thank you so much for watching, and good luck. Go get it.